Secure the vanity at the top. We are going to the mirror aisle. So here are the mirrors. Easy breezy, beautiful cover curve. Nice, pretty mirror that has the trim. It's a 24 by 36. And I just really hope that they have it. Because it's almost like this mirror right here, but it's a 24 by 36 and I do not think that they have it. Yeah, these are mirrors without edges, but you still want to look just to make sure, because that frame might be a little thin, like real thin. So you just don't ever know, you know? But yeah, I don't see it.
I like that.
He says he likes that mirror.
Kind of like that.
Right there, that's what he said he likes. It looks more rustic though, like farmhouse style.
Yeah, if you did a picture of the apartment, you can make it look more modern, like this stuff around it.
I guess you could, huh? It is different. All right, so vanity. All right, we're walking away with the toilet. So put that on there, and it was heavy. It's a heavy load there. But we have secured the toilet. Now we're headed to get the vanity. Oh, sorry. It's here. All right, so we got the vanity. Here we go. We have to, okay, let's put this, bring this back. So you could just go ahead and, it is open.
Guess they need to see what the top of it.
Okay.
Just need to check the top.
Yep. All right. Good to go. Secure the vanity with the top. Okay. So here are the mirrors. We got the mirrors in. We have the fixtures in. So we have the bath faucet fixture and the vanity light. So we have some work to do. It is evening. It is evening again. We work late hours. We don't care. We're okay with that. We love to do what we do. Okay, and here are some more material and the same thing, pretty much. We have more of the same. And here's her vanity. So this is kind of like what her vanity looks like. Here's what we look like in here. So we've got to take that down, got to patch these walls here, and yeah, here we are. We also have, almost forgot, we also have the interior door. Let's see, turn this light on. We can see something here. We also have the door here. So there you go. That's what we have. So that's what we have. We've got all the stuff to go ahead and make progress happen. So we are gonna get moving on to the next day because it is evening and we are gonna go ahead and finish everything up tomorrow. We still have to get one more thing, the exterior door, but we mostly have all of the material that we need to install everything and make this transformation happen tomorrow because we don't have as much time. So yeah, it's just fixtures, installing the toilet and putting the mirrors up. So we are pretty much at the end of the scope of the job for now, because later on there's gonna be a whole nother project going on in here and we're excited for that. So stay tuned for that. But for now, here's where we are, here's what we have, and tomorrow we are gonna pick back up. requires for me to get the square screwdriver to take this out. So okay, we finished taking the screws out of there. Now we're hoping that this comes right up. There we go. So this comes right up like this. All right. Okay, they got this vanity in here pretty tight. Razor knife, so I'm using this. Between all of the tools that we have here, this is all I can find. And we have 8,000 of razor blades. So I'm sure it's around here somewhere, but this is all I can find for right now. And it's doing the trick. Taking a little bit more time, but it's doing the trick. This piece is what's holding it all in. Imagine this piece, this little piece. Now we pretty much got them. Back when they made everything solid. gonna pick that side out first, pick this side out, and then we can pull it on an angle.
Oh no, with this in the way, I think it'll come. Okay. Nope, we're gonna take out this out. Cause when we put it,
Yeah, so if you pull that side, and bring it closer. Okay, now we're gonna close this up. awesome. Now we're gonna go ahead and bring in the vanity. And we're gonna get the vanity top. So I'm gonna get the top of the vanity and we're gonna put the fixtures on first so we don't have to go through the bottom. Let me show you. So here is the top of the vanity here. And then I'm gonna get the fixtures and put the fixtures on first before I start putting my vanity. Well, I can put my vanity in, but before I put my vanity on, I wanna make sure I have my fixtures in place first. So when I go up underneath, all I have to do is hook up everything. So let's get started. So we got it in very smoothly. Yay! Okay. This back in there. All right. Nice. Nice. So we have a nice fit. We do have much of a gap around. So that's gonna be something we have to fix later, but so far everything looks good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get the fixtures on the vanity top. And let's do this because that's why. Yep. Here we go. Okay, now we're gonna go and get the vanity top, put the fixtures on first, and then we're gonna install. So we have our box here, and this is the sink stuff. This is the sink faucet. And we have this in the color of matte black. I do have the knife in my hand, and instead I don't use it. That's convenient. The material to put up underneath of the bath faucet. And then we have some of the screw tops, the cap tops, capped off. And then we have the actual sink, which is very simple, very nice, very minimalistic. Okay, and it's gonna sit right here. Bam. That's where it's gonna be at, right there. And then here we have our handy dandy instructions, which I always love to use. And then we're gonna use our lock nuts. So let's get our lock nuts right here, handy dandy lock nuts. Okay. And twist these right over the caps. So let's see. I could turn this around for you guys so you can actually see me install this. So that way, I'm able to put the lock nuts on. There we go. This is the lock nut right here. It has the top and the back of it. Easy breezy, beautiful. Remember that? Easy breezy, beautiful cover curve? I don't know, don't ask. If you know that saying, you were definitely either born around that time or you know. An incredible time to think about that. All right, let's see. So I want to make sure that this is straight, because you want to adjust a little bit so you make sure that your faucet on the top is straight, nice and aligned, and it looks pretty good. Okay, so I think we got that on nice and good. All right, nice. This is almost ready. Insert our faucet, our drain system. So we're gonna insert our drain system. So we have the drain body, and then we need the rubber washer. So the rubber washer is going to be in this packet. All right. So, everything is falling out. Don't do that. Maybe that's not the one. Maybe it's this one. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put my piece in, my washer piece in, and then I'm gonna turn this around so you can see what I'm about. Oh, actually, all right. We're gonna put our drain inside. Okay, got that in here. And our washer piece would come on. So let's put that. And now this is installed. Pretty good, huh? Not so bad for a girl. Now we're gonna go and hook this up and bring this inside of the bathroom so we can connect this to the faucet. And we do need the sealant so we can seal this down.
And she is installing the vanity top. And she has put it all together. Will it fit? Dun dun dun. Nice. Nice.
It's perfect. We don't have to move anything.
Yes, I was saying I can move the plumbing.
I thought we did.
Yeah. It's a great job.
Looks good.
Look at that. Wow.
Looks really good. Oh yeah. That looks good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Nice. Do some touch-up paint, fill in, and connect this baby, and get some water running through it. All right, guys. Great job.
Chop. Okay, so now we are going to install the door and the interior door. We have this door here that has a crack on it. And then, so we're gonna go ahead and just take this off here. Take it off right here, boom, and pop the new one. Pop the new one right on in. Let's take, oh, these don't, this has only one. All right. And then, take this out. There we go. That door is off. Bam. And let's pop the new one in. What to do is, I'm not going to do it like that. All I really have to do is go, there you go. And that's what we're going to do. 7 3/8. Everything else should fit like a glove. There we go. Bam. And we just need to come up my hair. Like a hibbity hair. Got the door up, nice and secure. And it closes really good. There you go. The doorknob on there. Alright. Okay, we still have to get some of those holes patched. And we still got some trim